I, a 36-year-old man, found out that my 34-year-old wife has been cheating on me. Oh man, I don't know what to do. It looks like they've been married for a long time. First, he says, let me give you some background. Almost 17 years have passed since we started dating. We have 3 kids and an old house that we've been slowly fixing up over the last 2 years. Our budget isn't great because we don't have any cash and a lot of debt. Oh man, she's the only woman I've ever been with. Before I met her, she had only had a few one-night stands, so we both had some experience. We've been through some hard times together and have always been there for each other. She's the love of my life. I thought our group was one of the few that could always stay on track. It looks like I was wrong. We got lost in everything that was going on, trying to fix up the house, try to make ends meet and make sure the kids were okay. It didn't help that they were having money problems and health problems. My wife had been trying for a long time to lose weight, but couldn't seem to get it off. She felt terrible about herself. We were both sad, but we didn't talk to each other or try to cheer each other up. Instead, we suffered in quiet. She always had her phone in her hand while I hid my face in video games to avoid thought about our issues. Things began to get worse this spring and summer. She went out with her friends and spent more time with them while I took care of the kids. It didn't work at all. I thought that letting her run around would make her feel better when she got home. She did go and blow off some steam. I tried to ignore how bad I felt as they began to form in my stomach. Never forget to listen to your gut. Someone told me that she was seen kissing a guy at a dance in a nearby town. She told me that the guy had tried to kiss her, but she pushed him away when I asked her about it. Just to show her that I trusted her, I didn't want to push her too much, even though I wasn't sure. Still, as the summer went on, I saw that she became much more private and guarded about her phone. I looked to see if I could find anything about that dance earlier that summer after seeing by chance what her Facebook login was one night in August. It was much worse than I thought. I saw that she had been kissing a drunk guy until her friend stopped her. That wasn't even close to what I saw next. I used her Skype and Messenger. I learned that she had been talking online for months with 2 guys from another country whom I'll call A and B. It all began on Instagram, where a random guy named A sent her some nice notes. She then started talking to him on Skype. Then, in early June, after talking to him for less than 2 weeks, she began sending him naked pictures. After she barely resisted, the thing that happened with the guy she kissed happened later that month. She was talking with guy A until the middle of August, when he changed his mind and told her he was a con artist with a stolen account who was sending her pictures from that account. Still, she let herself be fooled and showed him pictures of her naked body. It looked like she liked him more and more. It was already happening between her and Guy B, and it began on Instagram. It wasn't long before that turned into talking about and painting naked people. In both cases, they were making up stories about how they would love to come to our country. He wanted to meet my wife at a hotel. She never said anything bad about me. She just talked about me like I wasn't there. Anyway, she told them that I was nice to her if they asked. She then told them that she enjoys talking to them and that they make her feel good. Things are going to get worse. I found some more troubling things in one of her chats with a female friend. They went to a nearby town's 2-day town festival together in early July. They stayed in a rented room, which I agreed to and thought would be fine. Plus, I knew that the friend of my wife who has panic attacks had to stay the night at the nearby hospital. But I didn't know that she talked about Guy C, a 41-year-old man from our town, who was married and had kids, but was unhappy in his relationship. I saw that conversation between them. She had met him that night. This guy came over to talk, but my wife stopped him. She told her friend that she had stopped him. Since our town is small, I was able to figure out a possible suspect even though she didn't say the name. I also saw in my online phone records that she had sent a message to a guy's number that fit the description. I thought the worst would happen. I didn't tell my wife yet because I was worried about what would happen with the kids around. I put on a mask and waited until August 24th, Saturday, to talk to my wife. I asked my mom to watch the kids after calling her. My wife is taking classes to get some kind of degree for her job. When she got home from class, I asked her to sit down with me and I told her what I knew. Nothing bad was said or done. There were just two sad people, one of whom was angry and hurt. We talked all night. She said that nothing bad had happened between her and C, and that what she had done online was just for fun and to feel better about herself. She thought I no longer loved her. Not that she tried to blame me, and she didn't yell at me for looking around. She said she thought I didn't like her anymore because she wasn't losing weight. She also said she became hooked on the guys who were always complimenting her. She told me she wasn't trying to hurt me. She was just trying to make them happy so they would keep praising her, which is why she sent them naked pictures of herself. She told me that she knew she was cheating on me, but she hadn't realized it while she was doing it. It was hard for me not to believe her. I really did, but I was worried. We chose to go to therapy to try to fix our marriage. Things looked like they were getting better as the weeks went by. She's been much nicer and more friendly with me. Our sex life has been great, and we've been seeing each other a lot more than before. I was still getting stronger feelings that she was keeping important information from me. Last week, after our second meeting with the marriage counselor, she finally told us the truth. She confirmed what I thought and feared, but I really hoped it wouldn't happen. That July night, she did sleep with C, the married guy. Even though she said she felt bad and ashamed afterward, she kept talking to him on social media. After that, she said she met with him twice but nothing else. You know what I want? To be the one to tell his wife about him or get arrested for attack. Also, it wasn't him who broke the terms of my marriage, it was my wife. I no longer know what to believe. I thought this woman would never do something like this. She has been trying to persuade me that she was stupid, selfish, and other bad things, and that she feels terrible about hurting me in that way. The woman says she'll do anything to make things right and win my trust back. And I think well, if you count the time she kissed a random guy, she was emotionally and physically cheating on all of them for a while. Not just one drunk night mistake, but something going on with 3 guys for more than 2 months. It didn't matter that 2 of them were online. She still planned to meet them, even though she knew what would happen if they did. Has anyone here been through something like this before and can give me some good advice? It's still for sale. What must I do? Wow. Let me tell you what I think, man. What a mess things are. Guys, 17 years. 17 years. Wow. 17 years, we all know this. Everyone here knows. She's mad that she was caught cheating, not upset or sorry that she did it. All right, to the whole, oh, I did it because I thought you didn't like me anymore. There's nothing smart about leaving your partner to fix your marriage. I've heard it a million times while reading these stories. Oh, well, you didn't do this, so I went and slept with someone else. You should have stood up for yourselves, talked it out, and found a way to make things right. You have children. Try to make things better for the kids at least, you know? But you both got busy with other things and forgot about each other. You know what? If you had never found out about her cheating or anything like that, she would have never told you. From my point of view, she would have kept doing it. It was clear that she was trying to monkey branch her way out of the problem. She needed someone to monkey branch, too. That's all it was. She got caught and felt bad about it. Yeah, the praise from the foreign guys and the guys at the club did help her feel better about herself. You told her she didn't feel pretty anymore because she had gained a lot of weight. It did help her, but you shouldn't do that when you're married. When you're married or in a serious relationship, you don't do that. I feel like a zombie, trying to survive only to be there for my kids. You need to wake up, dude. Really, come on. 4 guys in 3 months, sir, someone said. The marriage is over. If you can still find happiness, move on to someone who loves you, because the person you're with now is not the same person you married 17 years ago. Of course. Someone stated, keep her as the mother of your kids, dump her as your wife. Yep. As another person put it, I'd say end it and start over if the money thing doesn't get worked out. From what I can tell, that may have been one of the things that led to the trouble. It does sound like that. She also looked for a better deal somewhere else. She planned to. I gotta get out of this. She was going to take those kids and leave you with no money and an unfinished house. Once the money problem is fixed, you should decide what to do with the house and where you will live next. Tell me more. A man in his 36s learned that his 34-year-old wife was cheating on him with other men. In his first post, he says, "As you can see here, I still didn't know what to do." Yes, we did read that. But after hearing all of your nice words and talking to my closest friends, I felt like I could believe in myself again. I finally saw what I had been thinking all along. I would never, ever get over what my wife did to her parents. She's not going to say it, of course.
You need to say something. She'll never say what it was. He's going to say, well, we just chose to go out with other people. We did not think it would work anymore. She will never, ever say what she did. Ever. If you tell her, she'll probably call you a liar or say, well, it's because he was doing the wrong thing. Man, I don't know. 4 guys in 3 months, sir, someone said. The marriage is over. If you can still find happiness, move on to someone who loves you, because the person you're with now is not the same person you married 17 years ago. Of course, someone stated, keep her as the mother of your kids, dump her as your wife. Yes. As another person put it,
I'd say end it and start over if the money thing doesn't get worked out. From what I can tell, that may have been one of the things that led to the trouble. It does sound like that. She also looked for a better deal somewhere else. She planned to. I have to leave this, you told her. She's going to take those kids and leave you with an unfinished house and no money. Once the money problem is fixed, you should decide what to do with the house and where you will live next.